Hello friends, today I take up a new topic and its name is Mahabharat War or the Battle of Mahabharat, Causes and Outcome. Friends, as you know that it was one of the greatest battles that was fought between cousin brothers. In this battle, India, its character was all India because most of the kings of that time aligned either with Pandav or with Kaurav. It destroyed large scale properties, caused death to thousands and thousands soldiers and warriors. It denuded the strength of India for the next 400 to 500 years till the rise of Magad in the middle Gangetic Valley, which is now called Patna or Patliputra in ancient time. So I shall discuss all important points like causes of Mahabharat, then historicity of Mahabharat battle, belligerents, who were the parties, and then comparative strength of Kaurav and Pandavas, casualties, rule of engagement and outcome. What were the outcome of this war, this battle? So please share my channel AJIS Academy on YouTube. Just write AJIS Academy Indore and you will find numerous videos from Indian history, Indian geography, Indian constitution, Indian economy, general science, general mathematics and logical reasoning. So you should not go anywhere. All important topics related to different types of examination will be found at our channel. This is free channel. Please share and subscribe. So friend, now I start the proceedings. Now you see, this is the map, and this map will show you that as I have already told you that Aryans came from the Central Asia and they collected in the area of Sapt Sindhu. Sapt Sindhu, this means the Sindhu river and its tributaries like Bitasta, Asikni, Parusni, Satudri. So these were the old names of river. That means Bitasta means Chenab, then Jhelum, then Ravi, then Satluj. Satudri means Satluj. And one river was also flowing that was called Ghaggar Hakra, and now it is called Saraswati river. This way. So friends, this was the area of Sapt Sindhu, and in the later Vedic period, in Aryans spread towards east, means Kuru and Panchal, Kosal, the present day Ayodhya, Bide, the present day Mithila, or its capital was at Janakpur. Now it is on the border of Bihar, Nepal. And the Magad. Now present day, the city is called Patna. Earlier it was called Patliputra. And on the eastern front, it was the kingdom of, Mahajanpad of Anga. Its ruler was Karna. So friends, what you see? That these were the important kingdoms or Mahajanpads during the later Vedic period. Now, what were the causes of Mahabharata war? Friends, as you know, that the defeat of Pandavas in the game of dice, and this led to the exile of Pandavas for 13 years. They lost their territories. They had been assigned territories and its capital was Indraprastha. So when they lost in the game of dice, and this kind of gambling was very much prevalent in those times. So by trick or treachery, conspiracy, by the help of the maternal uncle Sakuni, Pandavas lost the territories, its capital Indraprastha, even their wife Draupadi. So you see, and how Lord Krishna saved Draupadi from her ignominious unclothing by Dushasan. So when Pandavas came back from the exile, Duryodhan did not abide by the principles that once Pandavas will come back, they will be returned. Their territories with its capital Indraprastha. So Duryodhan completely denied, because he told that during the exile, Pandavas were identified, and this was the infringement of or the violation of the conditions that was laid upon Pandavas while they were in exile. So friends, what you see, that the last minute deal or compromise was attempted by Lord Krishna so that battle should not occur between both the branch of cousins, and Lord Krishna tried his level best to broker peace, but he failed miserably. He was even being captured, but because of his power, Kauravas or particularly Duryodhan could not do. So friends, ultimately both the branch decided to fight against one another, and this is the result of the outbreak of Mahabharata war. Now, one may ask about the historicity of Mahabharata battle. Friends, you know that most of the historians are of the view that the Mahabharata war occurred around 3102 before the Christ. 102 before the Christ. But, and They also say that after Mahabharata war, Kali Yuga started. The age of Dwapar ended and the age of Kali Yuga started. But according to modern researches, majority of historians are of the view that Mahabharata occurred during the period of 1000 BC to 800 BC. Why? Because as you know that Aryans came into India around 1500 BC. They composed Rig Veda, and the period between 1500 BC to 1000 BC is called Rig Vedic period. And so, since 1000 BC to 600 BC is called later Vedic period, the period in which other three Vedas were composed like Samved, Yajurved, Atharved. And the important pottery of this site of this period is painted grey ware. So, according to majority of historians, the war occurred between 1000 BC to 800 BC. Now, what were the parties? Who were belligerents? I have already told you that there were two parties, both cousins fought one another, and one was led by Pandavas. They were 5 brothers, and their elder brother Yudhishthir was in charge, and Kauravas. Now Kauravas were controlled by the king Dhritarashtra and his son Duryodhan. Now, who were the main important actors among Pandavas? So friends, as you know that 5 brothers, Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul and Sahadev, and in addition to the 5 brothers, Lord Krishna, Panchal, Matsya, Magad, Kunti, Chedi and others. These were the important Mahajanpad. Matsya, now it is equivalent to the modern Jaipur. Magad, as you know, the modern Patna and its surrounding areas like Gaya, Ara districts, Nalanda, Rajgir, all these districts, all these areas were the part of Magadhan, Mahajanpad. Kunti, Chedi, the Bundelkhand area. Kunti, somewhere around at the lower, in the upper Gangetic valley, upper Gangetic reaches. This was a small principality, and so we see that Lord Krishna, because he was only one person from Yadav Sena, from Narayani Sena, who became Sarthi, charioteer of Arjun. But his entire army, I mean Narayani Sena of Lord Krishna, was handed over to Kauravas. On the other side, what you see, that in addition to King Dhritarashtra and his son Duryodhan, Ang, the Mahajanpad of Ang, Gandhar, modern day Peshawar, Sindhu, Madra, somewhere in Himachal Pradesh, Kamboj, on the Afghan and Pakistan frontier, Bahalika, Trigarta, Prag Jyotish, and Narayani Sena of Lord Krishna. All these Mahajanpads were part of or allied with Kauravas. Now, who were the commander-chief of Pandav? So friends, as you know that he was Drishtadumna. He was the son of King Drupad of Panchal. And now other important actors were Arjun, Bhim, Drupad, Virat, Abhimanyu, Satyaki, Shikhandi, Nakul, Sahadev and Lord Krishna. And on the Kaurav side, they were Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya, Karna. He was the king of Ang Mahajanpad on the eastern border of Bihar, modern day Bhagalpur. Salya, Ashwasthama, son of Dronacharya. Duryodhan, son of Dhritarashtra, the crown prince Dhritarashtra, crown prince of Kaurav. Dushasan, his brother Jayadratha, Kripacharya or Kirtavarma. All these important warriors were the part of Kauravas. And Drishdumna, Arjun, Bhim, Drupad, Virat, Abhimanyu, Satyaki, Shikhandi, Nakul, Sahadev and Lord Krishna. These warriors were the part of Pandavas. Now, comparative strength of Kauravas and Pandavas. What were their strength? Now, you see, there were 11 Akshonis. There were 11 Akshonis that formed the strength of Kauravas, while Pandavas had 7 Akshonis army. One Akshoni was around 1,25,000 soldiers. So, chariots and riders were 2,40,570 for Kauravas, elephant and riders 2,40,570, horses and riders 7,21,710, infantry 12,02,850, and total soldiers who took part in this Mahabharata war from the side of Kaurav were 24,05,700 soldiers altogether. Now, from the side of Pandavas, the total strength was 50,30,900. So you see that in terms of strength, Kauravas were more stronger than Pandavas. But there was one difference, and the difference was that Lord Krishna was on the side of Pandavas, and he acted as the principal strategist in the war. And because of the powerful strategy adopted by Lord Krishna, it was possible for Pandavas to defeat Kauravas in spite of the warriors like Bhishma Pitama, who could not be defeated or be killed. So these were the comparative strength of Kauravas and Pandavas. Now, what were the casualties? Friends, I have given you the comparative chart of the military strength of both Pandavas and Kauravas, and now you can see that all together 40 lakh, 24 lakh from Kauravas or 15 lakh from Pandavas. Soldiers participated in this Mahabharata battle, and you see that what were the casualties? The casualties were very much disturbing. Why? Because almost all soldiers on either side were killed, except 5 Pandavas, Lord Krishna, Satyaki and Yuyutsu. All Pandavas forces were killed in this battle, and similarly among Kauravas all soldiers were killed except 3 persons, one Ashwasthama, second Kripacharya and third Kritvarma. So you see that Mahabharata battle or war brought biggest tragedy in Indian history, where 40 lakh people were killed. Friends, as you know that during modern period, the population of India, I mean after the 500 years of Mahabharata war, the population of India during modern period was 5 crore. When southern Afghanistan, modern day southern Afghanistan, east of Hindu Kush mountain, the present day Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bangladesh were parts of modern empire, except far south. You can exclude the present day Tamil Nadu and Kerala state. So in these far flung areas, the population was very much thin, and its population, it was not more than 5 crore. Now 500 years back from the modern period, this Mahabharata battle took place, and now friends, the total 40 lakh population were killed, and this was the biggest tragedy in our Indian history. Now Mahabharata war is also called Dharma Yuddha. Why? Because it was the war fought to establish righteousness in the society, to remove sin from the society, and so certain rules were framed by both the belligerents, and these rules were: number 1, no fighting will take place before sunrise and after sunset. Secondly, no more than one warrior may attack a single warrior. Third, no warrior may kill or injure another warrior who has surrendered. Four, no killing or injuring an unarmed warrior. No warrior may attack a woman. No warrior may kill an animal not considered a direct threat. Prohibited to strike below the waist in the mace warfare. Again, 2 warriors may engage in personal combat only if they carry the same weapon and they are on the same type of mount. This means if there is one warrior who is a foot soldier, then he will fight another foot soldier from the opposite camp. If a warrior is riding on chariot, he cannot strike a foot soldier. So these were the rules framed by both parties. However, these rules were flouted with the passage of time. And friends, as you know that after the killing or after demobilizing Bhishma Pitama on the 10th day of the war, many more rules were flouted. And everybody knows how Abhimanyu was encircled by so many warriors and then he was killed when he was unarmed. So these rules were flouted with impunity with the passage of time. Now I switch over to another point. What were outcomes of this Mahabharata war that was fought between 1000 BC to 800 BC at Kurukshetra, the present day Haryana. Friends, as you know that this war continued for 18 days. It took lakhs of tolls on either side of the belligerents. But now, what were the important outcomes that I want to describe? Pandavas could get only nominal victory. It was Pyrrhic victory. The power of Pandavas and Kauravas were completely decimated. Hastinapur could not rise again. Dhritarashtra abdicated the throne in favor of Yudhishthir, and Yudhishthir became the king of Hastinapur, and he appointed deputy of Pandavas named Yuyutsu. This person was the half brother of Duryodhan, son of Dhritarashtra. Yuyutsu was son of Dhritarashtra from a concubine. And so, before the starting of this Mahabharata war, Yuyutsu switched over to Pandavas, and that's why he saved and he was made deputy of Pandavas and he became the ruler of Indraprastha. Again, the center of power changed. Another important outcome was the center of power changed. Now it shifted to Panchal and other kingdoms like Kausal, the modern day Ayodhya, Vats, modern day Allahabad or Prayagraj, Bideh, modern day Mithila, northern Bihar with its capital at Janakpur, which now lies at the border of Bihar and Nepal, Vaishali, Magad, Kasi and Ang. Return of Panchal. Those lands which had been captured by Dronacharya from Panchal, and because of this annexation of Panchali territory, Drupad and his family members bore enmity against Dronacharya. So, what is he? In this battle, Dronacharya was killed, or even Drishdyumna was also killed. So, what is he? The land captured by Dronacharya from Panchal kingdom was returned to Panchal. And this war was a lesson for the future generation. What was the lesson? That violence is no solution for any problem. Discussion, debate, peaceful, amicable of settlement is only solution for any problem. We must not resort to war, because war brings out thousands of casualties. crores of properties are destroyed. We have seen how the outcome of World War I and World War II completely changed the scenario of war. So friends, these were the important lessons that we must learn from the Mahabharata battle. Now I come to the conclusion. What are the conclusion from this lecture? Number one, Mahabharata battle continued for 18 days. All the warriors were killed, and I have narrated that how around 40 lakh soldiers were killed on either side of the belligerent. Now it destroyed the power and prestige of both Pandavas and Kauravas. Although Yudhishthir reigned for 30 to 35 years after Mahabharata war, but he was ruling an orphaned state where there was lack of man and material. Now, in due course, Magad became supreme. And in 6th century BC, what you see? That Magad became too much prominent after 200 years, 200 to 300 years. And by the time of 6th century BC, when India had 16 Mahajanpad, according to Buddhist text Anguttara Nikaya, and Kalinga according to Brahminical text. So what you see? That among all these Mahajanpad, Magadha came out victorious, and one by one it annexed another Mahajanpad, and then it built first empire in India under the leadership of Bimbisar and Ajatasattu. So friends, I have discussed in detail about the causes, outcome of great Mahabharata war, and because of the epic Mahabharata, now this Mahabharata war is known to each and everybody in India. So I hope this lecture might benefit you. If you like my lecture, please share and subscribe my channel AJIS Academy on YouTube. This is free channel. Tell your friends that they should take benefit out of my 700 lectures that have been posted on YouTube. Thank you very much.